Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You are watching HumSub.TV and I am Mehmood with the news.
Work on Orange Line metro train set to restart today. Punjab government is set to commence work on the Orange Line metro train project today, following the Supreme Court's verdict on Friday. It is planning on completing the project on fast track and opening it by April next year. However, members of the civil society who had filed the petition against the construction of the OLMT have decided to file a new review petition and fight back. According to official sources, civil works within the 200-foot radius along the heritage sites will be launched simultaneously, including the 1.72-kilometer long road and most crucial underground portion from Jain Mandir to Hall Road, McLeod Road intersection. The underground portion requires around 8 months to complete, as it involves massive digging, piling, shuttering, concrete casing, etc. Though the 34 conditions imposed by the Supreme Court have made the task more difficult, we want this to be complete by mid of April next. Sartaj Aziz says no hurdle in FATA's merger with KP. The government bill on reforms in the federally administered tribal areas, FATA, and its merger with Khyber Pakhtunkhwa would be tabled in the National Assembly on December 11, and the legislation process would be completed on a fast-track basis, announced Minister for States and Frontier Regions, retired Lieutenant General Abdul Qadir Baloch, and Planning's Commission Deputy Chairman Sartaj Aziz on Friday. Speaking at a joint press conference with Mr. Aziz, Mr. Baloch said that officials concerned would begin releasing tranches from the 3% of the federal divisible pool amounting to rupees 100 billion set aside for FATA next week. Dr. James Shara joins Pakistan Interfaith League (PIL) on the invitation of Chairman Pakistan Interfaith League and CEO HumSub.TV Sajid Ishaq. The chairman, Pakistan Interfaith League Sajid Ishaq, is presently on a tour of the United Kingdom to meet the office bearers of PIL and review the work being done for the promotion of interfaith harmony in the UK. During his visit, he extended an invitation for Dr. James Shera to join Pakistan Interfaith League as patron-in-chief of PIL. Dr. James Shera willingly accepted the invitation of the chairman, Sajid Ishaq. Dr. James Shera was the former Lord Mayor of Rugby, United Kingdom. He was awarded with the highest honour of Freedom of the Borough of Rugby Award. Dr. James Shera has also received the most prestigious Sword of Sitara-e-Pakistan for his exemplary services. During the meeting, Canon F.R. Falakshir, the first Asian canon and rector of the Church of England and president of Pakistan Interfaith League UK chapter, was also present. Dr. Shera extended his utmost support for the cause and committed to promote the vision and mission of PIL throughout the United Kingdom, Europe and Pakistan. ECP can delist political parties again. Election Commission of Pakistan on Friday got back the power to delist political parties, failing to meet the requirements of the newly enacted Elections Act, as the Islamabad High Court restored the notice issued by the ECB to all the 352 political parties. The court had suspended the notice on November 30. On November 25, the ECB issued the final notice to the 352 political parties, asking them to submit the list of at least 2,000 of their members and deposit the enlistment fee of rupees 200,000 each by December 2 or be ready to be delisted. By then, none of the parties had met the requirements of law passed by the parliament. NA Speaker irked by poor response of officials to legislator queries. National Assembly Speaker Sardar Ayaz Sadiq on Friday took serious notice of what he called the poor response of the bureaucracy of the queries of legislators. He grilled Minister of State for Interior Talal Chaudhary for ignoring questions related to his ministry. Mr. Sadiq ordered 2 senior officials of the ministry to leave the house and summon the Interior Secretary in his chamber. Ministries do not reply to questions of the National Assembly. I cannot run the House in this way. I have to take action against someone if this attitude is not rectified. UAE hands over MQM's ex-leader Hamad Siddiqui to Pakistan. Former Muttahida Qawmi Movement leader Hamad Siddiqui, who was arrested in Dubai around 2 months ago, was handed over to Pakistan by UAE authorities, a private news channel claimed on Friday. quoting unnamed sources, said that the deportation of Mr. Siddiqui, a key suspect in the 2012 Baldia factory fire in which over 250 laborers were killed, was conducted not through standard operating procedures but by mutual intelligence coordination between Pakistan and the UAE. It said that Interpol handed over Mr. Siddiqui to a Pakistani intelligence agency last night and he was moved to Islamabad. However, Pakistani diplomatic officials in the UAE maintained silence on the development. Isolated US defends Trump on Jerusalem at UN. The United States stood alone on Friday as one after another fellow UN Security Council members criticized its decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The debate unfolded at a largely symbolic emergency meeting of the Council. No vote on a resolution was planned, as the US has veto power 2 days after President Donald Trump reversed decades of US policy on the holy city. The meeting was convened by no fewer than 8 of the 14 non-US members of the Council. This seemed a vivid show of discord triggered by Trump's announcement, which included plans to move the US embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Israel strikes Gaza Hamas sites after rocket attacks. Israel says it has targeted a number of sites belonging to militant group Hamas in retaliation for rocket strikes. The Israeli military says it hit a weapons manufacturing site and an ammunition store early on Saturday. 3 rockets were fired from Gaza to Israel in the past day, with one hitting the southern city of Sderot. Tensions between Israelis and Palestinians have increased since US President Donald Trump recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Brexit. Michael Gove says UK voters can change final deal. Voters can use the next general elections to have their say on a final Brexit deal, Michael Gove has said. The Environment Secretary praised Theresa May's tenacity and skill in securing a last-minute deal to end Phase 1 negotiations on Friday. Mr. Gove, one of the cabinet's leading Brexiteers, said the primary agreement between the two sides had set the scene for Phase 2 negotiations, where issues such as trade will be discussed. Nothing is agreed until everything is agreed at the end of the process, and the British people would then be in control to make the government change direction if they were unhappy. By the time of the next election, EU law and any new treaty with the EU will cease to have primacy or direct effect in UK law. California wildfires, businesses face ruin as blaze rages. Much of California's avocado crop has been destroyed by wildfires that have ripped through the southern part of the state, industry experts say. Much of California's avocado crop has been destroyed by wildfires that have ripped through the southern part of the state, industry experts say. About 90% of the U.S. avocados are grown in California, and the industry is worth millions to the economy. About 5,700 firefighters have been battling the fires. Dollar rises to rupees 107 in market-driven adjustment. The exchange rate witnessed massive fluctuations on Friday as the dollar reached the intraday high of rupees 109.50 in the interbank market. However, the State Bank of Pakistan said in a statement released in the evening that the movement in the exchange rate was based on demand and supply of dollars in the interbank market. A few months back, the local currency witnessed depreciation of up to 3% in a single day. Subsequently, the SPP came out with a statement that the exchange rate was adjusted to create a balance in the market. Sports. Ashes. Ben Duckett dropped from England to a game after Perth bar incident. The 23-year-old part of England's Lions squad was due to feature against a Cricket Australia 11 as a member of the senior party were rested. On Thursday, he was socializing with the Lions and members of the senior squad, whose curfew imposed early in the tour had been lifted that day. Duckett has been suspended pending a disciplinary investigation. The Northern's left-hander averages 15.71 in 4 tests for England, the last of which was against India in November 2016. Weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country. However, light rain with snowfall over the hills is expected at a few places in Malakand Division and Gilgit-Baltistan.
And that is the end of the news. For more news and updates, keep watching HumSub.TV. Take care.
Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.